Okay, so this video is just the 3 months weight loss summary by me, and I just want to post a video every month until I reach to my specific, fitness goals. And here, I never really talked about them before. Here's what they are. I want to be about 128 pounds. I'm not very tall, so this is probably about 20 to 21 BMI, depending on how tall I am. I'm about 5'5", so this number is pretty realistic. Uh, I also think that I'm gonna have a easier time reaching to separated abdominal muscles if I weigh this much, and then just keep recomposing my body fat percentage. And once I'm this weight, I've just done some like looking at people's Reddit posts, guys around my height who like kind of look the way that I'm hoping to look. They all weigh around like 130 pounds. So I'm 144 right now, which means that I have 16 more pounds to go. The lowest I've ever weighed is 143.6. Oh no, point 0.8. 143.8. So, and today I was 144.2. So yeah, I'm 144 pounds. I have 16 more pounds to go, and based on the rates of change according to the data I've done, here are some estimates of when I will achieve 128 pounds. We'll only see in the future, like time will tell how accurate this actually is. The optimistic estimate using the overall weight loss pattern that I've been going through is 75 days. So in late November, I'm expecting to be somewhere close to this. My weight loss rate slowed down fairly significantly in the last month, and using that estimate, it will take me until February 14th. Taking the mean of those two estimates, perhaps by January 2nd, we can expect this level of weight loss. So my guess is I'm going to strive for November 21st to be 128 pounds. My guess is, life's going to happen, pasta dinner here, just some inefficiencies are going to happen. And somewhere, in around January, like let's realistically expect to be 128 pounds. There are some reasons why in the last month the rate changed pretty significantly. Before I get to like what happened this month, let's just go over a quick summary of the overall progress and then the last 3 months together. So here's the overall chart of my weight loss. I started out about 158 pounds, 158.6 to be exact, and here's the data as shown for the last 3 months. Now it's not exactly like a 90 days, 3 months. I do 1 month is 4 weeks, so 1 month is 28 days. So it's been 84 days since I started like tracking calories really hardcore again. And we can see, here's the beginning, here's about the end. I didn't quite cross the minus 15 pounds threshold, but we'll get there eventually. Like it's just going to take time. The overall weight loss is that I lose about 0.17 pounds per each day, which is a pretty reasonable rate. I'm not too sure how much that is in a week. Let's take a look. 0.17 times 7. So I lose about 1.2 pounds in a week, which is a pretty safe rate of weight loss. You don't want to lose weight too fast, and probably it's better to lose weight slowly for reasons like your muscle mass will stay and so on. Broken down each month into individual charts, which I'll show below. We're just going to look something like this. Here's month 1. I lost at a rate of about 0.19 pounds. So from 0 to, maybe about 6, slightly under 6 pounds lost. Month 2, the rate slowed down from 0.19 to 0.18. So I went probably from about 6 pounds lost, maybe to about 11 pounds lost. 11 or 12. I think the last data point here is actually around minus 12, but the trend line predicts about minus 11. As you can see, like your weight fluctuates each day, so it may not be super meaningful for your daily scale weight. I don't know, your daily scale weight might not mean that much, but we can see, in general I lost from 6 to like maybe minus 11. And then here in month 3, I lost, from about minus 11, probably to minus 14 here. And you can see there was a dramatic change in the rate of weight loss that happened. There are a couple contributing factors that I'm going to get into, but what I want to point out right now is, the daily weight loss is about 0.101. So I only lost 3/4 of a pound every week this month. And I have a little summary of each of the last 4 weeks. We can just see, this month I lost about 3 pounds from minus 11 to minus 14. Still, a pretty good amount of weight loss. That's 1 kilogram, 1.5 kilograms. And what's shown here is kind of the calorie breakdown. 8,000 calories deficit in month 1. I lost about 5.3 pounds. Almost 10,000 calories of deficit in month 2. I lost about 5 pounds. The variations here are in cardio or perhaps in inaccuracies in the spreadsheet, but roughly these two numbers are going to correlate. Probably I don't know. I'm not like an expert, but here is just the recorded values and approximately how much I lost in each month. In month 3, we had a hugely lesser calorie deficit, about 6,500, and I only lost 3 pounds this month. In general, the rate could be faster. Overall, the biggest thing I'm concerned about is just staying compliant. So as long as I'm in a calorie deficit at all, that's the biggest thing for me. Because I think people who, especially like to be honest, like fat people who want to lose weight, the biggest thing they want to do is just jump into like eating like an Instagram model, and obviously it's unsustainable. So as long as you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight, and I'm more concerned with having the condition of being in the deficit be true rather than being concerned with the amount of pounds that I lose in a month. Now, there are specific reasons why this calorie count was much less in month 3, and here are the reasons. There was one particular day where I just had like a really lavish dinner, and then we drank a bunch of beers, and if you drink 4 or 5 beers, that's like a lot of calories. Every 12 or 16 ounces of beer has like 120 to 160 calories in it, so it's very easy to get over your calorie limit for that day. In addition, alcohol consumption can contribute to additional eating of food, so we had a great time. We were eating orange chicken, stop at 7-Eleven, get some double stuffed Oreos. These things can easily put you super duper over. One thing to note about, if you do, like, it's so fun. I mean, like, partying and having a good time. So there's no regrets there. It's just, like, you need to be prepared for your weight loss to be less if you're going to prioritize having fun, which is totally cool. But if you go over, you basically end up undoing, like, prior progress. So just something to be aware of. And then the last thing I want to talk about... Oh, you know what else happens? I think when you eat unhealthily, though, is it can diminish your long-term blood sugar stability. So I'd really like to have I kind of stopped taking my blood sugar this month because I had PRK surgery. So so I don't need to wear glasses anymore. But while my eyes are recovering, I kind of don't want to like touch, make my fingers bleed and then accidentally touch my eyes. So I'm taking a break from recording my blood sugar. But I think that, eating unhealthily has a negative effect on your blood sugar. So it goes up, and I suspect just from empirical data that raising your blood sugar makes you kind of more hungry more often. So that's just something to think about as well. Improvements for the next upcoming month. I think the biggest thing that affected how full I felt, there were several days this month where I just felt like, God, I have to eat. I just have to eat. And I feel that the biggest reason for that is that I wasn't drinking enough water. So I want to be drinking a lot of water. I switched from eating rice and beans mostly to eating like kale and spinach. So I think that actually had a good effect on on my body composition. Like I felt like from looking in the mirror each morning that I started to look a lot better this month. I noticed a very dramatic change. Like in month 1, I'd kind of be chunky. I could tell I was losing weight, but it just wasn't. It looked more like, oh, you're just less fat now. And same for month 2. And I think in month 3, despite the lower amount of gross weight loss, I think that I had a great, aesthetic change. I mean, not to say that I'm great looking yet, but I probably, if I continue on this path, like I will be pretty good looking. Um, but yeah, I think that switching to kale had a big effect, at least psychologically, on that. I ate a lot of beef and bison this month, so we're gonna go back to looking at like chicken and adding different low calorie ingredients to make the chicken like a little bit more palatable. So like having salt free seasoning or putting lemon on it. These things all can help make chicken a little bit better. Sometimes I just get sick of eating only chicken or only beef in a week. Um, I'm also, of course, because of the theme of my, getting better at fitness is just to stay compliant to a particular diet. And as long as my diet or actions trend in a particular direction, I'm fine with that. I'm going to let myself eat a certain number of sweets every week as long as I stay under calories. And another thing I want to start doing, because in month 3, I did notice that I'm just starting to look a lot better than like probably I ever have in my life. I want to start incorporating a little bit more strength training and getting more muscle mass. Now, one aspect of like if I do start lifting weights or whatever, or just probably working out at home, one thing that's going to happen is that my scale weight like won't reduce as quickly. Partly because if you're gaining muscle at the same time, like as you're losing fat. So I think in the next month as well, this isn't written on the slide, I'm going to try to incorporate measurements of my body fat. I don't know exactly how to measure my body fat yet. I have like the caliper. You like grab a big part of your stomach and then like measure it, but it's like super hard to use and it kind of hurts. And every time that I've tried it, I measure like a ridiculously low body fat. Like the first time I did it, I measured that I have 9% body fat, but I'm probably closer to like between 20 and 25% body fat right now. So, once strength training becomes a thing, I think my scale weight's going to be less indicative of like, my overall health. And so, incorporating a measurement of body fat, I think is going to become important in the future. Anything else I want to say about this? I think, that's about it for this month. And I'm glad I stayed mostly compliant, and I'm looking forward to having, a higher like just reaching to higher levels of success. Like it got to be really cool in month 3. Like I actually started to feel a lot better about myself in the 3rd month. Like sometime around this date, I was just like, dang, the things are actually working. Things are coming together, and like, well, the cliched saying like your hard work is starting to actually result in something. So, anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.